Welcome to CoPilot 411. Today, we're going to bring you a unique little drone. This is another Vivitar product, and we've reviewed quite a few Vivitar products. If you haven't seen them, check them out on our channel. But this today is the Vivitar Duo. And, well, it's unique because it has FPV, so it comes with its own goggles. We'll start with the drone. So the drone is a nice sub 250 drone, so it doesn't have to be registered with the FAA. It does have a fixed gimbal, so the camera, you can move it manually, but you cannot move it with a remote. So you have to make sure you get the angle of the camera you want before you take off, because you cannot change it in flight. Now, it does have brushless motors, so it's got plenty of power and maneuverability. In fact, it's probably the most nimble of the Vivitar drones that we have. It does have an SD card, which is right here on the side, which is nice because only one other Vivitar drone we reviewed has an SD card. Now, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. There's no optical flow sensor on it. The battery loads in the rear, right here. And this battery is a 7.6 1950 milliamp battery. Now, I'll go ahead and cover the battery. Small, compact, but there is a difference. With this battery, you cannot plug it in to a charging cable. There is no port. It has a unique sled where the battery goes into, and then a USB-C cable can charge it. And you will have a power light and another light that will come on, and it will go off when it's charged. So you'll get 15 minutes of flight time max. But nice battery. Make sure your pins are here and they line up with the pins on the bottom. You insert it in the rear and you're good to go. The power button is on the rear, right below the battery compartment right here. Now, the drone flies pretty good. Again, it's nimble, it's fast, it has 3 speeds, and it does really well even with a little bit of wind, even though it's a pretty small drone. The camera, not so good when it comes to image quality. And it says, I think it says 720 on the box, but it's really grainy. The video is oversaturated sometimes in color. The science of the color is not all that great. Sometimes it can be dull. You make out what you can see, but it's not the best camera out there. The remote. The remote is small, it's compact, has 2 antennas, which are fake. It does have a flip up in the center, and here you'll see an LCD screen that gives you certain information. It gives you the battery life, it gives you if it's in GPS mode, and so on and so forth. It gives you distance and speed. Now, with this remote, again, it's kind of cheap feeling. It does have the nice fold out handles that we kind of like, so you got good grip on the remote, and you have a place for a phone here, but there is no app that you can put on your phone for this particular drone, the Duo. Everything goes through the FPV goggles, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But the remote has your power button, your GPS button, your takeoff and land button, and your return to home button. This is your calibrate button, and this is your orbit or circle me mode, because it does have a couple of extra modes that are built into it. On the front of the remote, you will have little toggles here. They don't work, they're fake. This is the camera button. If you click it once, it will take a picture. If you click and hold it, it will start recording video. This is your speed button. Again, there are 3 speeds, 1 beep, 2 beeps, and 3 beeps gives you first, second, and third speed. Third speed is very quick, very nimble, and it flies really nicely for a small drone. Now, again, the remote is what you'd expect with not a lot of features. It also has a battery compartment on the back. It has 3 AA batteries that you have to put in it, so there's no way to charge, no internal battery in the remote to charge. You just make sure you have fresh batteries in the remote when you're going to go fly. Getting to the unique side of it, since there is no app, you don't pair a phone with it, you get the FPV goggles. Now the FPV goggles work pretty well. There are 8 channels in the goggles, and on the goggles themselves you have your antennas. You have a button here marked CH, that means your channel. You press and hold that and it will cycle through the 8 channels and it will pick the best one that you will view inside of your goggles. And they work pretty good. You'll get the same kind of image you're getting from the camera. It's fairly clear. You can see where you're going. But it's really unique because if you've never flown FPV before, you see exactly what this camera sees at the point of view of the drone. So if you're flying up at 100 feet and you're flying out, and you get to see exactly how the drone would see it from that height and that angle. And again, make sure your camera is angled where you want it. Since this drone flies and when you push it forward, it will angle forward. If you have this camera down, when you angle forward, all you're going to see is the ground in your FPV. If you got it almost straight out, when you fly forward, you can see a decent angle and give you the ability to see where you're going. When you stop, it'll settle down and you'll see out in front of you. But make sure you set this camera right here at the right angle, because you can go down and you can go up. I've had it straight out in the video that you'll see the entire time. So I take off, fly it out, start my recording. Again, using this button on the remote, press it down and hold it. It starts recording on the inside of these goggles, and we'll show you some video of what you can see inside these goggles. The little red dot will pop on and you will know that it's recording video. Now, it does record video, and it kind of looks like most of the Vivitar video that we've worked with. It's okay. You can see things, you can make out trees and fields and that kind of stuff, but it's not very crisp, and again, the color can be oversaturated or dull. It's kind of one way or the other, but it's okay. You know, there are other drones out there with better cameras, but you don't get an FPV goggle when you buy those drones. This is kind of neat because it comes in the package. It comes with the drone, the FPV goggles, and it comes with the remote and the charger. Now, we mentioned that this drone was GPS. There's a couple things to be wary about with GPS in this drone. I'm not concerned. It holds a GPS pretty good. When you're flying and you stop, it maintains its spot in the sky. But if you're going to fly it and it doesn't have a GPS signal, you won't be able to turn it on. The drone itself. You won't be able to kick the motors on to fly. And there is a GPS button right here on the remote. And if you press and hold that GPS button, it will turn off the GPS so that you can fly it, say indoors. Or maybe you're in an area where you don't have enough satellites, but you still want to fly it. Mind you, if you're flying it without GPS, you've really got to fly it. It's not going to just maintain its position when you stop it. But if you need to fly it, you got to have 7 to 12 satellites outside so you can get satellites. And that will allow you to fly at GPS, and it will work. GPS will be on, it will show GPS right here on this LCD screen, and you can kick the motors on and fly. But say you're inside and you want to fly it inside and practice a little bit, if it doesn't have a satellite signal, which inside of a house you typically won't get enough satellites to show it's got enough for a signal, it won't work. You'll have lights on it, but you won't be able to kick your motors on and fly it. But if you press this button right here, the GPS button, and hold it, it will turn the GPS off. Then you can kick it on, kick your motors on, and you'll actually be able to fly it. So that's one thing. I did tell you it has a TF card, but I don't know if I showed you or not. It's right here on the side of the body. And TF cards are great on a drone because typically you get better video quality when it's recording to a TF card on the drone and it's not sending the video signal back to your phone and recording to your phone. Not really the case with this one. The TF card video that you're going to see, if you go look at our other Vivitar products, drones that we have actually reviewed, you'll kind of see that all the video looks about the same, even the ones that record to the phone. The images are almost the same. So yes, it's nice having a TF card, on your drone because you can capture everything right there, and typically you have better image quality, but it doesn't really do it for this one in my opinion. We've gotten almost identical video quality on the Vivitar drones that record to the phone. And you remember, you have signal loss. When it's sending that video signal back over to the Wi-Fi from your phone to that drone, there's signal loss. So this should be better video, but it's not. Other than that, it's a fun drone to fly. I mean, you know, you get to see what the drone sees. You put your FPV goggles on, you get to see the camera, you get to see what the drone sees, and you get to fly around like you're right there on it. So that's kind of neat. And for the price point, you're really not going to find many drones out there that come with FPV goggles in the kit. And like I said, you get the drone, the goggles, the remote, but you only get one battery in this kit, and you get one sled to charge it. And if you lose this sled, you have no ability to charge that battery. So this is something you need to keep up with to make sure you can charge your batteries. Other than that, I think the drone is kind of cool. You just take it for what it is. You're not going to get the best image, but you could have fun flying it because you get FPV. It's quick, it's nimble. I mean, the yaw is nice on it. If you're flying in speed 3 and you spin it around, it'll spin around and go. So it's kind of fun to fly. Even if you don't get the best image quality, it's just neat to have. I hope you've enjoyed this. You found something informational about this. Let us know if you have one of these and what experiences you may have in the comments below. Check out the videos. We're going to go to those now. You can see the images of the camera, the equipment, see the videos, and see kind of what you would see inside the FPV goggles. So let's go to the videos now. Welcome back. So, what'd you think? I hope you had a chance to look at the videos and all of the pictures and images of the equipment you get in this kit. You know, what'd you think about what you could see inside the FPV goggles? Now, it's not like watching a movie, but you do get a pretty good image and you do see everything that the camera sees on the drone. The images of the video are subpar, but they're doable if you just want a fun little drone that you can fly FPV and kind of capture the videos that the drone sees while you're out there having fun with it. Not the best in the world, but for what you get, and FPV goggles, maybe something you check out on. Ultimately, it's up to you. We hope that you gain something from what the information is that we give you to give you good indicators on whether you may want to find one of these and try it out yourself. We appreciate you watching. We hope it's been helpful. We ask that you like and subscribe our channel. And as always, happy flying.